Okay, I would like to show you this monstera cutting. It has, in the very beginning, it has two leaves actually, and as you see, in the middle of it, there was a sprout in there. There was a growth, but in the end, it got rotten. Most probably, this cutting, I've cut it so short. So that's the reason why it's not rotting. The other plant that I have cut with it is already having some new leaves with it. Already grown plant. But this one, for 2-3 months, it resists to give root growth. And when I check it, this is what I've seen. This was being put in water for since I cut it from the mother plant. It had two big, beautiful leaves, but as you can see, it's not really rotting. And with the rot in it, what I did is I just put some cinnamon powder in it to dry up that place, to help it heal. And I'm not ready to give this up. Actually, I could cut the leaves and just the node put to maybe moss propagation, and for sure it will give a root or roots, and then it will give growth and it will turn out into a baby plant. But the thing is, these leaves are so good, so big, so beautiful that I'm not really ready to give them up. So what I did is I just gave another wash, put in the shower. I wash it very well, check that there are no diseases in it. And you see, there is over there, you see the black thing, the black point in there. This is black scale. Well, I don't know where they come from. Actually, it's just another kind of insect, most probably. So I'm going to do is I just have to take paper and take them off. What I know about this thing is when they grow up, they produce eggs. I didn't understand why I had this infestation some time ago, but when I tried to remove one of them, I haven't noticed that it has some powdery-like thing, and most probably these are the eggs of this kind of insect. And whenever I remove them, this thing fall down. I didn't notice it until I've had this a lot somewhere in one of my plants, and when I noticed that, I realized that this is most probably the egg. That's why I'm not being able to eliminate them. So whenever I clean this one and remove it, I'm very careful and check out that this powder-like thing is not falling somewhere else, so that it will be eliminated. Actually, it's easy to eliminate this one because you don't have to do much. You just have to remove them by hand. But as I said, when they grow up and they must probably make eggs, so they just produce more and more babies, just like everything else. So anyway, since I am not ready to let go of these leaves, I want to have them for until, well, or they will give me roots, or they will just wilt, become brown, and I will have no choice but to cut them off, leaving the node and waiting for it to root. So what I'm going to do now is to just put them back to the jar, but instead of making water propagation right now, because of the rot in there, as you have seen in the center of the plant. So if I'm going to put this to water propagation and this got wet again, the rot will continue, I guess. So as I said, we put cinnamon in here, and then I'm going to just make moss propagation, dry propagation. In other words, in the same jar, and instead of putting water, I just put some moss. So let's see how it will be. So here is the original propagating jar that I have to have, and I just have to put it here, putting and most probably this is how I plan to make it, but most probably I will add a little bit of moss, so that, or yeah, just moss, and add some moss, and we'll see if this will root. I believe it will root. There's no reason. Monstera, there's no reason that this will not root, because monstera plant, this classical monstera deliciosa, actually monstera deliciosa is a very strong plant, so I believe this will survive it. So wish me luck, guys. Bye bye for today.